Good morning. So it probably looks deceiving because the sun is shining now, but it's been raining all night, so everything is wet, and that's why I am up here on the front porch. I didn't want to uncover my daybed because there are more storms coming in. So I will be out here just for a little bit, and then I'm going to go in and get dressed and kind of get ready for the day and get moving to the farm. So I am going to have a farm day today. It is actually my grandma's birthday. And my grandma passed away last year in July, so she's been gone just under a year. And this will be the first birthday since she has passed. And we are going to celebrate her. So we're going to just kind of make the kind of old-fashioned summer garden lunch. We're doing like fried zucchini and sliced cucumbers and tomatoes and some green beans, which actually now that the sun's out, I probably need to hop out to the garden and pick some more green beans before it starts raining again, which kind of stinks because this time of day the mosquitoes are going to be terrible, especially after a rain. But that's kind of the plan for today, and just celebrate her the best we can on her first birthday since she's passed on. So my grandma, she was always my best friend. Like, I have a best friend, and you guys haven't seen her because she doesn't live here. She lives up in central Illinois, so she is about 3.5 hours away from me. And then, of course, Michael is my best friend, and I feel very fortunate that I can say that because I know there are definitely couples out there that bicker and argue and complain about each other, and that is not us. We are very compatible, and we get along great. We love all of the same things, and so, he definitely is my best friend. But my grandma was my first best friend, and she was my lifelong best friend. I was her only grandchild for the longest time. She honestly, she was the oldest of 15 kids, but she only had two herself, and then my aunt wasn't able to have kids, and then my mom had me, and was then herself not able to have kids either. She went through fertility treatments and tried and tried and tried for years, could not have any more. So I was the only one until she and my dad got divorced when I was 12, and she started dating my stepdad, and she went on birth control just as a precaution kind of thing. And then when they got engaged, she stopped taking birth control because she's like, oh, I can't have kids anyway. And surprise, she was immediately pregnant with my sister. So I was the only one until my sister was born when I was 14. So just having that kind of a small family, we were very close-knit. And my grandma was not the kind of grandma that just, I would go and stay with her in the summertime. And she was not the kind of grandma that would be like, go outside and stay there until I call you in for lunch. Like my other grandparents on my dad's side were that way, but my grandma was not. And she spent all of her time with me. She would take me outside and play and push me on the swing and run around the yard and play tag with me and play hide and seek. And we would go to the basement where they had like a finished family room in the basement, completely full of toys. And we would go down there and she would play with me. And I mean, we were like this. We spent all of our time together. We went and did our shopping together and running around together. And we were just always that way. So we were very, very close. And, this will be the first. And we've been close since birth, basically, because I was almost born on her birthday. I was born at 3-something in the afternoon, the day before her birthday. So I almost made it to sharing a birthday with her even. But so for our entire lives, we've kind of gotten to share birthday celebrations together. And this is the first year since she's been gone. So we are going to celebrate her anyway. And I'll continue doing that as long as I live. So we're going to go make lunch, and we're going to take cake. And I think my mom, I had suggested maybe picking up just a cupcake specifically for Grandma. Yes, baby girl. You want my coffee? And then I'm hoping the weather will cooperate well enough. The storms are supposed to pass by the afternoon, and I wanted to go do kind of some wildflower picking, maybe ride the mule around the farm a little bit. I kind of wanted to make a swing, but I had said something to Michael about it last weekend, and we just never got around to it. I need to find the lumber. We have plenty of lumber out at the farm, and I just need to find the right piece and cut a board, and then we can actually make a swing out of it. But I also have to find a place to hang it. So some of that stuff we'll get up to today. But that is the plan, and I'm definitely going to take you along. But for right now, I'm going to finish my coffee, do a little reading, and then I'm going to get dressed and hop out to the green bean patch. back on, silly girl? I'm not talking to myself, I promise. There you go, that looks more sturdy. Hi, pups. Sparty. Psst. Spartan, can you hear? Yeah. Hoping I would find a spot in here for a swing, but I don't think we have any branches that are sturdy enough. So we'll have to look elsewhere. Would have been a good spot. I just came up the road. So right next to our land, there is like a conservation property, and there's like a little hiking trail and stuff. And there's plenty of wildflowers out here. So I'm going to hop out in the rain, yes, because it won't stop coming down today, and pick some wildflowers. I'm not sure what these are. I'm gonna have to look them up. The pretty purple ones. Oh, that might be thistles. Well, I don't see any thorns, so maybe not. I'll look it up and put it on the screen. Plenty of black-eyed Susans. And it looks like some daisies, and I'm sure there's some Queen Anne's lace around too somewhere. So we'll get to snipping. Look how beautiful this is. rough and wild looking bouquet. I just wanted them in water for now. We'll probably visit Grandma's grave whenever this rain all stops, and I'll bundle them up and we'll take them along. Pick the wildflowers just in time.
Taking advantage of them woodpeckers being gone, aren't you?
Now they'll fight.
All right, I am headed home. It's about 2:30 and the rain is not supposed to let up for a couple more hours yet. So we were gonna go take a cupcake and the flowers that I cut earlier and put them on Grandma's grave. So they're all just gonna go and do that when the rain finally stops today. And I just won't be there for that part. But we obviously didn't get to do like a side-by-side ride or any of that kind of stuff because the rain was kind of supposed to be off and on today and stop around lunchtime, and that's definitely not what happened. So it's just not letting up. So, but that's okay. We got to do a birthday lunch for Grandma, and I at least got to cut her some flowers. So now I'm gonna head home and work on doing a little bit of video editing and probably reading and watch some more Gilmore Girls and just have some downtime for the rest of this rainy day. Look what I found. I know it's very hard to see zoomed in, but that is a goldfinch. I was just getting up to take my empty oatmeal bowl into the house and it flew in and landed along with, I don't know, there's another goldfinch and I don't know what the one on the right is for sure, but like 4 birds just came in and landed. Oh no! My finch sock is not hanging. It must have blown down. Oh wait, no, there it is. It's off, hanging off to the side. Let me go fix that before the finches leave my yard. Wouldn't you know it, every time a bird that does not normally appear in my yard shows up, there is something wrong that will not keep it here.
So the finch sock, I'm assuming a bird must have ripped a hole in it, but there is a small hole towards the bottom and it's almost empty. But if I go to fill it with thistle now, it's just gonna run out that hole. So I'm gonna have to go to the store and buy another finch sock. And by the time I do that, they will not be in the yard anymore and they probably will never come back. Oh, every gosh darn time. So I still have not seen the Baltimore Oriole that was in my yard that one time. I have the feeder out for it and I do occasionally change out and put fresh oranges on it. Have not seen it again. So my guess is I will never see these goldfinches back again either, because I wasn't prepared for them to be here. I didn't realize that there was a hole in the finch sock and there's barely any seed in it. They flew over to where that feeder is. They landed just above it and then flew off to a tree, which is right up there. And they're still sitting there, but yeah, by the time I go to the store, buy thistle and come back, they will be long gone, I'm sure. So, but I am gonna go to the store. I will go ahead and buy another gosh darn finch sock. And I need to go back to Hobby Lobby and pick up those wicks so I can fix the candle. And then I'll probably stop by the tea studio and pick up some boba tea or bubble tea, whatever you want to call it, while I'm out as well. So I'm getting ready to run to the store. Before I do, I wanted to go ahead and do the meal plan with you because normally I do that on Wednesdays, but I obviously wasn't home yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it today. Normally my meal plan and all of my cooking are on the same weekly vlog, but because I'm off work this week, I've had a lot of filming to do, and so I broke up this week into 2 separate vlogs. So there's a part 1 and a part 2. You are obviously watching part 2 now, so I will link part 1 down below, and also I will put it in the end screen of this video so that you can go to it if you want to watch. But that is where I prepared last week's meal. So it's not in this vlog, but I am gonna go ahead and get to the meal planning for next week. And this is the regular weekly scheduled vlog. So the other one was out on Friday. But without further ado, so next week I am going to do the green lentil spoon salad, which is another forks over knives recipe. But I do have that one from their website, so I do have a link for it. So I will put the link for that down below. I will put the link also in my blog post, which I will have, as always, the downloadable PDF of this meal plan in with the shopping list included. So it's a pretty simple salad. There's not really any cooking involved or, you know, baking, heating up the oven, that kind of thing. So it's just chopping a bunch of stuff and putting it in a salad. Obviously, like the lentils are gonna have to be cooked, and I don't know, maybe probably that's it, I would guess. I didn't read through the recipe instructions, but so it'll be pretty simple. And it uses white wine vinegar. Speaking of which, that's one thing I haven't added to this, so I need to do that before I download this to put on my blog post. But I did buy some white balsamic last week, so I might toy with the idea of using that, but it just depends on how much I need because that stuff is pricey. I mean, it was a little bitty bottle and it was $15, but white balsamic is amazing. So I may use it, but that is it. That is pretty simple, quick, and basic for next week. I will, like I said, link everything down below for you if you want to go to the blog post and download this so that you can do the shopping and have everything you need at your fingertips. Then I will have that linked for you down below as well. And with that, I am going to get ready to head out to the store and pick up my bubble tea And I honestly have zero other plans after that. I'm just going to lounge and enjoy the day, probably read my book, get outside quite a bit because this is the only truly nice day of the week. It's only supposed to get up to, I think, 88 degrees, and there's not going to be a heat index today. And then tomorrow's gonna be a little warmer. Saturday, we're gonna have another heat index over 100, and then we're gonna have rain, and then it's gonna drop again. And it seems like it's just gonna keep doing that for the next week and a half. So anyhow, I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. All right, I am on my way to do my quick errand at Hobby Lobby. I decided to wait on the bird feeder until this weekend. I don't think it's urgent enough to make a trip out to Menards to buy one because I already know that they're not coming back. They flew away. I won't see them again for like 2 years because it's probably been that long since I saw goldfinches the last time. So I'm just gonna save that for the weekend. And then I also decided to skip the bubble tea because they don't open until 10:30. It's just too late. It's a little after 9 or almost 9:30 now, and all I need to do is run to Hobby Lobby, which is open. So I'm not gonna sit around and wait for another hour. I wanna get that done and be able to just relax and enjoy my day. So I decided to run to Panera and pick up a coffee instead because Michael has the Sip Club, so you can get a free beverage every 2 hours, and he was there a little after 6 this morning, so it has reset, and so I can now just go and grab a coffee for free and then swing by Hobby Lobby for those wicks and then get back home and not have to wait for the tea studio to open. But tomorrow I'm picking up my grocery order from Aldi's between 10 and 11. So what I'll do is I'll just pick up that grocery order at 10:30 and then swing by the tea studio after I get done with that and pick up my bubble tea then. So that's the plan. That's what I'm doing. So I'm hoping to get that candle issue fixed as best I can today. And that's the only thing on my agenda. After that, it's just relaxation and reading and probably watching some more Gilmore Girls. And that is all I have planned. It's going to be a very, very lovely day. I'm sure I'll sit out in the pool a little bit later, but I will be outside as much as possible today because it is going to be the perfect weather for it.
One spray and done. But look, they even have this color. It's so cute.
Because I can't help myself, I'm looking at other things while I'm here. And I usually don't do puzzles more than 300 pieces because I just don't have the patience for that. But they have some fall ones that are cute. I will be back. Done and headed home at 10 o'clock. So definitely glad I didn't decide to wait around for the tea studio to open. But lots of really cute and pretty fall things in the store. But, you know, I'm looking through it all and I already have everything that I need. The only thing I might need is a new spool of ribbon, which you know me and my ribbon. But even that, I think I probably have everything that I need because I save it from year to year. And that is the reason for doing my spending challenge this year. Because I don't actually need anything. So why on earth am I going to spend money on it? So I am trying to change my habits and my patterns so that I'm only buying new stuff if I legitimately need to replace something because it is just worn out at the end of its useful life or it's broken or something like that. And not just going and buying at the beginning of every season just for the sake of doing it. It's kind of a cycle that I think America as a whole has gotten into. It has been very heavily driven into us just by marketing. You know, that is capitalism after all, the system that we live under. And capitalism only really stays afloat if the consumers continue spending. And we are just in an economic time where spending isn't feasible for most people, myself included. Everything has gotten too expensive, and you don't have the disposable income now that you did a few years ago to be able to do that. So I decided this year is going to be the year that I was going to break that habit, and I believe that I have, because I am able to go and look at that stuff now and admire it and appreciate it for how it looks, but not feel the need to actually want it or make up excuses to myself for why I should buy it when I know darn good and well I don't need it. So I am, you know, we're almost 7 months into the year now. It's almost July 1st now, and I don't feel that anymore. So I would like to say that the habit has been broken. So we will see how things progress as the fall and Christmas seasons come around, because that is usually the time that I feel the most like desire to buy things, just because there's so much in the stores for that time of year. So if I can make it through that and not feel this big pull to buy a bunch of crap that I don't need, then I will say it's been a successful year. But almost home. I'm going to probably set the candle outside in the sun to let the wax kind of soften so that I can stick a hole down in it and get that wick in there. So we will see how this works. Something else that I'm going to be doing that I forgot to even mention anything about until just now, but I don't know if it's going to be today, tomorrow, next week, but it's going to be soon. I am just about out of dishwasher tabs, and so rather than buying more, I'm going to make my own non-toxic ones. I have everything I need to do it already. It's just baking soda, washing soda, or borax, whichever one you want to call it, lemon juice, and I believe it was like either kosher salt or some kind of coarse salt, which I have sea salt. So that's all there is to it. And then you put it in like the little mini ice cube trays, and I have some of the little mini silicone ones. So I already have everything I need. I'm just going to do it. So I don't know when. Again, it could be today, it could be tomorrow. And I do believe I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog today, because I just usually, even though this week I'm off work Monday through Friday, so technically Friday is still part of my week off, I do usually start my weekend vlogs on Friday. So they have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all in the weekend vlogs. And a lot of the reason I do that is just because Saturday we spend so much time out and about running errands and just doing things. And I often forget to film stuff like the farmer's market. I'm gonna try to do that this weekend, but I keep forgetting every time we're at the dang farmer's market to even get my phone out and take any footage while we're there. So Saturday can be kind of a short filming day. So I like to include Friday in that. But long-winded way of saying that this vlog will be ending today. So I may not be putting the dishwasher tabs on there, just simply because since today is such a nice day outside, I don't want to spend it doing things. I don't want to do projects and work and all of that stuff. I want to just enjoy my time off. So with that said, I'm going to sip some more on my coffee and get into this book. I think that's a good temporary fix. Now we'll just have to wait for this thing to burn itself down. And when I pour another one, I'm either going to purchase a good wood wax or wood wick, or I will just use another one of these little soy wicks. But now I need to leave this burning until the entire thing, because right now there's just a hole in the center because the wood wick just was not good enough to be able to burn it all the way through. So I'll have to baby it a little bit because I don't want it to create like a hollow all the way down the middle. All of it needs to melt. So I'm probably going to help it by lighting and heating as it burns. But I think we've got a good solution. I'm off to the library. I finished that last book. It was Another Life by Kristen Hanna, and it was a very good book. But I am now going to return both of the books I have checked out and pick up another one. And that is going to do it for this vlog. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, and I will see you guys back the weekend vlog. So thanks for coming along with me for my vacation week, or my staycation week, and I'll see you again soon.
Thanks for using the library book drop. Please insert material. We'll close when you are finished.